right, you're taking a look right now at Lee Guterman. Lost his second game of the season last night. That was his 17th timeout. He has one save, 35 2/3 innings pitched, 43 hits, 15 walks, 19 strikeouts. Guterman last night worked 1/3 of an inning, charged with 2 runs, and the loss in the ball game. His biggest mistake last night was hitting Scott Bradley with a pitch, and that was a very key play in the ball game as far as the Sox win was concerned.
Well, it was John Cangelosi standing at the plate that got the base hit to drive in the tying run with 2 outs. That was his second mistake. He got the fastball up over the plate to Cangelosi. Got that one down and missed. 1-0.
He pitched to Bradley and hit him with a pitch. Then he struck out Cruz, and then the base hit by Cangelosi that tied it and extended the inning. That's it.
1 ball and no strikes. Fisk on deck. The White Sox sent 8 men to the plate in the 4th. Make that 9. They've sent 8 men to the plate here in the 5th. To 6, the White Sox on top. But I'll tell you, when you're inside here, don't go away. Anything can happen. It might end up 20-6. It end up 15-14. Who knows? As they can go out of here in a hurry. There's a shot left field. That's a base hit. Cruz around second. He'll hold right there.
That'll be the Sox 10th hit of the ball game. Cangelosi's second. He's going to develop quite an affinity for Lee Guterman.
You got another high fastball up over the plate to Cangelosi, and he just jumps on those.
Second inning in a row now down that the Sox have batted around. As Fisk becomes the 9th man to bat here, as he became the 9th man to bat in the 4th inning.
Well, there you see Carlton over the last 3 games, 7 hits, 7 RBIs. He's 0 for 3 tonight, and we're only in the bottom of the 5th inning, or check that, top of the 5th inning. And the curveball in and over. Dick Williams, you know, he's sitting over there and despises this matchup. Absolutely despises it.
What were the words he used in the media this morning? Lack of fortitude.
Yeah.
There he is down there behind Phil Regan.
There's the strike, and the count is 0-2. But he wants to see if he can slip through the fog here somewhere, because he's got Baines, Walker hitting behind Fisk. And he doesn't really want to go to Houston. Curveball, base hit left field. Cruz around third. Bradley a good arm, and the throw is cut off. So Cruz scores. And it's a 9-6 ball game. Boy, and I'll tell you. And the Bronx cheers are out.
Take another look at it. This goes down, gets that low pitch, drills it in between Presley and Owen into left field. Here comes Cruz. Throw home, cut off. Cruz dives across the plate, run number 9. 5th run scored here in the 5th inning. Pretty good number combination there. The Sox score 4 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th.
And here's Harold Baines. He let everything off again with a double. He was looking for this matchup, but hopefully he was wishing it would come in the next inning. It did not. Fisk with the base hit, RBI, 31 on the year. jams him. Reynolds over. He goes to 0, and they get the force. So the side is retired. But the Sox come up with 5 more runs, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Sox lead it 9-6.
Is presented by the authority of the Chicago White Sox for the entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction or other use of this program without the expressed written consent of the Chicago White Sox and Fox Television Stations Incorporated is prohibited. Well, just taking a look out there at the scoreboard, the message board a moment ago, informing us that the Yankees beat Baltimore 3-1 in Baltimore with a crowd, Don, of 47,220 paid in Baltimore tonight for that game. Right now we take our ball game to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Here's the pitching line on Mike Moore. 4 2/3 innings, 9 runs. They're all earned. 9 base hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a pair of home runs. Homers by Kittle, number 7, and Guillen, number 2. Jim Presley, speaking of home runs, he's had 1 tonight. He'll lead off the bottom half of the 5th against Dave Schmidt.
Now it'll be Presley, Phelps, and Henderson in that order. All of a sudden, Dave Schmidt came on to try and put out a Mariner fire. Takes a couple of deep sighs, and he finds himself with a 3-run lead.
Yep, and the pitcher of record.
And delivers a strike, 0-1. Well, you know, Frank, what this can actually do to the Mariners in a sense, and it certainly is no secret, they just do not have a bullpen. And, you know, to try and compete, you still have to be realistic. And to try and compete, you've got to have something down there. And what it can possibly mean is they're going to have to go out and try and make a trade for a pitcher, a solid pitcher, to go into that bullpen, and they're going to have to give up one of their good young players.
Or give up a Phelps.
Well, that's whatever.
I think they would be more inclined to try to trade a Phelps than they would.
Then you're not going to get a stopper.
All right. Well, maybe they'll just have to go another route then.
Well, it's going to make them do some soul searching. That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to do some soul searching. Three balls and a strike to Jim Presley. There's a shot up the alley, right center. Cangelosi just turns his back and heads to the wall. Presley on his way to second base, and he'll make it with a double. Presley not running that gingerly. I don't know whether he's got a little ouchy leg or not.
Well, we'll take another look at it. The pitch stays up for him, and it's up the gap. Rolling all the way to the wall. Karam's back to Cangelosi. 2-base hit.
And that'll bring on Ken Phelps. On that inside corner, the count is 0-1 with Dave Henderson on deck. Phelps tonight has walked twice and scored twice. And very quickly it's 0-2. Hello, look at those 2 pitches. That fastball on the inside corner, and he's jumping back out of the way. Now talking to John Hirschbeck.
One thing the Mariners have down at Calgary is 17 wins and 23 saves, and Eddie Nunez rehabbing. They're hoping to get him back. Carl Best sent down just a day or 2 ago. Get some work. They feel he'll be back and help.
High, the count 1-2.
take another look at it. That pitch is right there, and no argument on Phelps' part on that one. The second strikeout for Dave Schmidt.
Here's Dave Henderson. Dave has lined to second, and he's tripled with the bases loaded to drive in 3. And get the palm ball, and the count is 0-1.
You got a chance, Don, to explain just how the palm ball reacts, how it comes up there.
Well, it kind of tumbles up there, Frank, and it's an off-speed pitch, a change. And in the case of Dave Schmidt, when he's got a good palm ball, and that is really one of his, probably his Class A pitch. It sets up the other 2 pitches. That fastball right there, you see it tails and tailing in, and then it will tumble and go down.
Throw with the same motion you do a fastball?
Well, with a fastball, you got more velocity. You have good motion. You should have good motion with the palm ball. And Dave, when he's throwing right, has good motion and good control with it. That is his number 1 pitch. And it sets up his fastball and slider as his second and third pitches. A little check swing, line foul. You can see right there, there's the fastball, and that's the kind of reaction that Henderson had to it. Now that's the fastball, and all he's doing right there is just a little self-preservation. 0-2 the count with Spike Owen on deck. There's the slider. Now he's shown him the fastball. He's shown him the palm ball. He missed with a breaking pitch. Now we'll see right here what he comes back with. There it is. And there goes the bat again. You see the fingers. We can take, if we could take that back in slow motion from center field, you'll watch the fingers come up with the palm. Now Pudge giving the signs. Now watch the hand, the fingers of Schmidt right there. You can see them coming around, and there goes the bat, and that's what happens if you throw it correctly.
And he gripped the ball right back here in the palm.
Right back in the palm. Right. And when that hand comes around, those fingers come up and off, and Dave Schmidt has got an excellent palm ball. So Presley remains at second base, and here's Spike Owen. There's 2 outs. Takes a strike, 0-1. But about the time that then gets into the psychological part, Frank, of pitching and hitting. You get the hitter starting to look, show them enough of those palm balls, they start looking for it, then you can start slipping the fastball by him a little. And then they say, well, now he's going back to the fastball. You come back to the palm ball. There it is. There's a little looper right to Cangelosi. And the side is retired. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We're through 5. 9-6 White Sox. Now there we're going to take another closer look at Dave Schmidt with that palm ball right here to Spike Owen. You see that middle finger in there. He set the ball. Now he's got the grip. Now we'll start to roll, and he'll pick the target, and then you'll see those fingers fly right there. See the fingers right over his cap. You can see the 2 fingers, and then even as the ball came out, you see the reaction of the ball, the tumbling effect, the hitter out in front, and that's it. Now we're back to live action, and Greg Walker as a 1 hopper to Reynolds, 1 away.
I think that was a great replay right there, Don, as Jimmy Angio was able to slow that down. And you were talking about the fingers going up. You could see the fingers up in the air as Schmidt released the ball. Well, I think we have very well explained the palm ball.
Well, that's one now.
Well, now let's don't do too many clinics tonight. Let's save something now for tomorrow night.
Here's Jerry Hairston. He will turn around and hit from the right side as he takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Jerry's walked twice, singled, scored twice, and driven in a run. As you look at Ron Kittle on deck. Good change off speed pitch, and Hairston out in front. 0-2. Guterman not an overpowering type pitcher. He'll put a little on, take a little off, and his good pitch, out pitch many times, is the overhand curveball. See what they want to come with here. Down low, that was not the big overhand curveball. He's got one that goes down. There it was, and Harrison went around. Well, Jerry down on strikes, 2 outs. Now let's take a look at that, Frank. You got this one.
I don't do as good a clinic as you do on him. To me, that is just a breaking ball in the dirt.
Jerry could not hold up.
No, he tried to and could not.
Now here's Ron Kittle. He is 2 for 3 tonight. A single, a home run, his 7th home run of the year, 3 RBIs to give him 27. 1 ball and no strike. 9-6, the White Sox on top. Scoring 4 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th. 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for the Sox. 6-7-0 for the Mariners. I don't know if those were some of the Mariner executives sitting behind home plate back in that private little area or not. 3-0 the count to Kittle. One on the far right looked like Chuck Armstrong. Green light at 3-0, went through the fastball. Well, he wasn't quite geared up for that. On deck, Timmy Hewlett. Foul away, and the count full at 3-2. High, and he walks him.
First walk given up by Guterman. Well, on Saturday, June 21st, when the White Sox take on the Seattle Mariners, the first 15,000 kids 14 and under who attend the game will receive a free mug. It'll feature the White Sox mascots, Ribby and Rhubarb, and compliments of Kool-Aid. Plus, all kids with a ticket who bring 5 Kool-Aid envelopes or 1 canister wrapper to gate 9 at 10:30 a.m. will be admitted to a special clinic conducted by White Sox players and coaches.
Tim Hewlett takes his strike.
You may not get a clinic on the palm ball, but it's going to be a very worthwhile clinic.
Hewlett has struck out twice and hit into a fielder's choice, 0 for 3. There's a bouncer up the middle. Spike Owen will go right to the bag, and that'll be out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left to the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-6 White Sox.
Play the New York Yankees. J.C. Penney will celebrate with a fireworks sky concert and laser light spectacular immediately following the game. The White Sox 4th of July sky concert is always a hit, and this show promises to be the biggest Sox sky concert ever, courtesy of J.C. Penney. For tickets, call 559-1212 and use your charge card, or stop by the Comiskey Park ticket office and pick them up right there in person. That's on Friday, the 4th of July. And what could be more appropriate than the New York Yankees in town for the 4th of July? George Steinbrenner will be there to celebrate his birthday. He'll be 50 years old, and you'll be years old. Well, see, I know. Okay. I think I know. I don't really care, but I think I know. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're both 39. Anything else, Jimmy? Oh, okay. You know, it's nice to talk to Jimmy Angio once in a while. It's awfully hard to get Jimmy in a good mood anymore, but he's in a good mood now.
Well, he gets a little upset and angry and down in those trucks all the time when You know, we're up here watching the game.
I was just thinking about that. All right, Bob Kearney will lead it off as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Sox lead it 9-6.
Kearney is 1 for 1 tonight. He's walked and he has singled. It'll be Kearney, Reynolds, and Moses in that order to face Dave Schmidt. 9-6, Sox on top. One ball and 1 strike. There's Reynolds on deck. 2 more games with the Mariners. Tomorrow night, don't forget, as Frank mentioned before, a 7 o'clock start, so that'll be 9 o'clock back in Chicagoland. Inside, 2-1.
And then Sunday at 3:30.
That's right. 1:30 Pacific Coast time, 3:30 Central time.
You know, I'm getting used to the times. You know, I'm getting. I can transpose the times now.
Low and away in the count, 3-1.
In 4 minutes, it's going to be tomorrow in Chicago.
Finally got you west of the Hudson, and you realize there is something else.
Yes, there is. There is life west of the Hudson, and a good life. I'm going to tell you that.
High pop. Ozzie Guillen. He says he'll take it. 1 away.
In fact, I'd be lying to you if I told you that anything except that life west of the Hudson is a lot better than life east of the Hudson.
Here is Reynolds. He is 0 for 3. He's bounced to first, flying to center, and line to Timmy Hewlett at third, who comes up inside the bag. Takes high, 1-0. So far, they've thrown a blanket over Reynolds, 0 for 7 in the series, with Moses on deck. That's fouled away left side over the Sox bullpen. Art Kushner makes a fan happy. One ball and 1 strike. And the count 2-1. Two and 2 the count. Reynolds takes that fastball at the knees. And with the 2 strike count, Timmy Hewlett will back up at third, about a step behind the bag. That's it to left field. Harrison giving ground, has a play, and makes the catch. 2 outs. And that'll bring on John Moses. Moses tonight 1 for 3. Has bounced to third, singled in the second, and bounced to first in the fourth. Fisk and Schmidt, a very quick chat. Moses, you can see, just a shade bigger than John Cangelosi, standing there alongside Pudge. The 3. See if they're using that. There's the palm ball, and there it is. In and over. Sit at home, you can kind of get to thinking along. Without the sequence signs, you can kind of get to thinking of Fisk and Schmidt as you watch the signs. And they want the palm ball again. And he throws it a little high. The count 1-1. There's Phil Bradley on deck. See the fastball. And that's hit up the gap. Nobody is there, and that is going to roll around for a whole length of time. Moses, great speed. He's flying around the bases. Guillen bobbles a ball, and they hold him at third. That little man can shoot.
I'll tell you, he can run. The farther he went, the faster he went. And, of course, Virgil doesn't know that Guillen's got to bobble the throw. Here it is. Up the gap, nobody anywhere near that area. Ball all the way to the wall. Kicks off. Now, Cangelosi's on it in a hurry. Into Guillen, and by the time the ball gets to Guillen, Moses is into third base and has been flagged down by Ozzie Virgil.
Here's Phil Bradley. Well, last night we talked about some of the exaggerated overshifts. And when you have a guy out there like a Dave Schmidt, that's the only time that you can really get stung with those overshifts. You got a man that has an off-speed pitch, or somebody is working on an off-speed pitch and throws off-speed pitches without your outfielders knowing what's coming. 1 ball and no strikes to Bradley. There's another good palm ball. And Gene Nelson starts throwing down in the Sox bullpen. On deck, Alvin Davis. Moses at third, a 2-out triple, and Schmidt trying to leave him right there. Up the middle, Cruz over, the high throw, not in time. Boy, Bradley got down the line in a hurry. Moses scores. It's 9-7.
Well, we'll take another look at it. Ball hit off the end of the bat. Back up the middle, and Cruz to his right, both feet off the ground. But he throws it on to Walker. Good throw, but just not in time as Bradley beats it out for a base hit and a run batted in from center field. It's always amazing to me how an infielder gets as much on a throw as he does with both feet off the ground. And now Hewlett goes to the mound to buy a little time to get Nelson a little more work out in the bullpen. And La Russa's on his way out. Nelson may have had enough work. La Russa's on his way out. That is the first run that is scored against Dave Schmidt.
Well, you've heard that old cliche about, in the baseball vernacular, how a hitter smells a base hit. And there was a classic example right there with Bradley. He knew Cruz had to go hard to his right just to get to the ball. And then Julio, with good agility, got the ball back over to Greg Walker. But Bradley going hard down the line, beat the throw. So that'll be all for Dave Schmidt. He will give way to Gene Nelson. We have a break in the action with 2 outs, 1 on in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the White Sox on top, 9-7.
Gene Nelson comes on to pitch for Chicago here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He'll be making his 24th appearance. 4 wins, 2 losses, an earned run average of 2.31. 1 save, 50 2/3 innings pitched, 40 hits, 19 walks, 31 strikeouts. Nelson last pitched Tuesday against the California Angels. He went 1 2/3 innings in that ball game. In fact, he pitched both Monday and Tuesday against California. 3 innings total, allowing 1 run, 3 hits, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and looked good in both outings. He did not figure in a decision there. His last decision was a loss in Toronto on May 31st. So he'll work to Davis to try to got the final out here of this inning done.
All right, Frank, Alvin Davis tonight has line to center, line hard to Cangelosi, singled and scored in the third, and he bounced to first. That was in the fourth. Curveball down low, and the count 1-0. All of a sudden, the Mariners have brought the tying run to the plate. And this ball yard as the next one that the Sox will visit, the Metrodome. Boy, I'll tell you, anything can happen. There's the breaking pitch in and over, and the count 1-1. Fisk trying to stay away from that fastball to Davis if he can. And of course, Gene Nelson with that good fastball, and he wants to just try and get the mind moving in an opposite direction to Alvin Davis. Jim Presley on deck. Bradley, good speed at first, as we witnessed on that infield base hit. Julio Cruz, he's 20 feet out in shallow right. Davis without the speed, and that's where you can take advantage of that. You can see how far Cruz is out. You can play deeper and have a little more range and still maybe have a play. He wasn't ready for that fastball. 1-2. Look out. Look out. John Hirschbeck threw that ball back to Gene Nelson. He had his head down, didn't even see it go by him. That reminds me, we're playing in Philadelphia one night, and Newcomb was pitching, and Pudd'nhead Jones hit a ball down the left field line that the home plate umpire was Vic Delmore, God rest his soul, and the third base umpire was Augie Donatelli. Augie called it a foul ball, and Vic Delmore overruled him and called it a fair ball. And then, after with all the argument, Newcomb was standing on the mound. He dropped his head. There's a bouncer. Nelson over, rounds it off nicely, and goes to Walker, and we'll finish that story when we come back. So the Mariners are gone. They pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. And we go to the 7th inning of play, 9-7 White Sox. Now that's the story as we go to the top of the 7th inning, and Frank, just finishing that story, as Newcomb was standing on the mound, he had given up arguing through the whole thing, very disgusted, dejected, standing on the mound, had his head down. Vic Delmore, the home plate umpire, threw the ball out. Someone yelled at Newcomb to look out. He looked up, and the ball hit him right in the nose.
Oh, no.
Oh, you think now he wasn't hot. Here's Ozzie Guillen as Frank will take over.
Bounces one up the middle. Third base hit for Guillen. So Ozzie hot tonight. A single, double, and a home run. Other time up tough out. A line drive to center field, and Moses ran down. Right in the nose.
Hit him right in the nose, and he went down, and not many guys on the bench saw it. Some of us, you know, with our sense of humor, we were laughing. And he was down on one knee, had his hand cradled, leaning on his knee, and Chico Fernandez said, "Look at Newcomb. I've never seen him do that," in his Cuban dialect. He said he's crying.
Cruz showing bunt as Guillen goes. Safe, stolen base.
So anyway, then when they finally found out what had happened, oh boy, I'll tell you, it was Newcomb, man. There you go. Look at it again. That big high leg kick, slow curve, good pitch to go on. And a quick slap tag by Owen, but not in time. The Ozzie just about came off of that bag. Let's watch it again from this angle. Let his foot's on it.
So for Guillen, his 4th stolen base. He's been thrown out only once. And a 1-strike count on Julio Cruz. Cruiser has doubled once, walked twice, and scored a run. Bouncer off the glove of the pitcher, grabbed by the second baseman Reynolds, throws him out. Guillen moves to third base on the play.
Well, here's a date to jot down. On Friday, June 20th, it'll be the White Sox and the Mariners. The first 15,000 fans 15 and over who attend the game, they'll receive a free White Sox beach towel, compliments of the Illinois State Lottery. For tickets, call 559-1212, use your charge card, or stop by the ballpark.
John Cangelosi, who's had 2 hits tonight and a pair of runs batted in, has a chance to drive in a run here. Infield is in. 1 out.
Got to be alive.
Yes, sir. Oh, they call a pitch out. Gim bluffed coming down the line. Kearney called a pitch out, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Domingo Ramos is now playing third base. Presley out of the ball game. Don mentioned to you, he did not like the way Presley was running when he had that double a couple of innings ago, and he's come out with Ramos in at third base. He went around. That's a ball and a strike count. Lee Gooderman in relief of Mike Moore. Gooderman came on in the 5th inning. The Sox are leading 9-7 in the 7th inning. That's a big runner down there at third base for Chicago.
With a 1-strike count now, you might see Tony La Russa change his mind.
Low and in with a breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike. Cangelosi casting a long look at Nossick. And Guillen verbally checking with Nossick at third. Two balls and a strike on Cangelosi. 1 out. Ball 3. 3-1. Yeah, there's Mark Huseman, the right-hander, and Young, the left-hander, in the Mariner pen. Ball got loose out of the bullpen. Nobody realized it. Now time is called. First base umpire Rocky Rowe saw the ball come rolling by him. Said, where'd that come from?
Bullpen.
So the ball got loose from the left-hander Young out there. Nobody saw it as it rolled down toward the field. Could be a very dangerous situation. 3-1 count. He walks. Cangelosi will trot down to first base, and the Sox have runners on the corners for Carlton Fisk. And that'll bring out Dick Williams. I don't think he wants the left-hander Gooderman to pitch to Fisk. He'll have Huseman come on from the pen. He wants Mark Huseman. You see right there, he's given the sign. So Huseman, who also pitched in last night's ball game, will come on to work to Fisk. So we will not have the matchup that we had back in the 5th inning when you mentioned, Don, that there was a matchup that Williams did not want, but he sort of forced himself to accept, and it did not work out too well as Fisk had the base hit.
Well, while we have a second, as Gooderman leaves, we will go through the scoreboard for you. And you see Boston defeated Milwaukee 5-3. The Royals are shutting out California behind Brett Saberhagen 8-0 in the 5th inning. 10-5 final, Detroit over Toronto. And a big win, Cleveland 11-2 over Minnesota and Bert Blyleven. And the Yankees defeated Baltimore 3-1. 1-1 tie in the 8th inning, Texas at Oakland. And the National League, 2 games, a doubleheader in Chicago. They split. The Cardinals winning the first game 1-0, and the Cubs winning the second game 3-2. Mets 6-5 over Pittsburgh. It was Philadelphia 2-1 over Montreal. Atlanta 3-2 over Cincinnati. San Francisco defeated Houston 3-1. Boy, the Giants are playing good ball. And the Dodgers 6-2 over San Diego. And once again, if you might have missed it back in Chicagoland, the new skipper of the Chicago Cubs, Gene Michael, coming over from the New York Yankees, will take over the helm of the Chicago Cubs, and we certainly wish Gene all the luck. Here's Mark Huseman as he comes on. You see right there, Mark has been in 10 ball games. He has the record of 1-1 with the Mariners, 1-2 overall, and a 3.57 ERA. That is with Seattle. So he'll come on and pitch to Fisk as the left-hander Matt Young continues to throw in the Seattle bullpen with Baines and Walker to follow.
Huseman came on to start the 8th inning last night after Jim Beattie pitched a brilliant 7 innings for the Mariners. He gave up a base hit to Tollison. Retired Cruz on a hardline drive. He walked Cangelowski, and Fisk doubled off of him to drive in a pair of runs. So he's on to face Fisk here. You know, you talked about the Giants playing good baseball. They're down in Houston, right?
Right.
Now the Astros leading their division, the Giants in second place, and Al Rosen very much in the middle of both ball clubs, leaving after building up that Houston ball club to the point it is now. Leaving there, going to the Giants, and I believe the Giants went into that series just 2 games behind Houston. So pretty good mark on Al Rosen's record right there.
Well, Al coming over and inheriting what they had, and they made a little deal or two. Of course, the biggest thing I think is Roger Craig has done a fine job over there at San Francisco. They've gone with a lot of youth over there. They've got some players that can play a little bit, and they are playing right now, as are the Astros.
Well, play over to first base. All right, Fisk. 1 for 4 tonight with an RBI, and again they go after Cangelowski. The Sox are leading 9-7. They got the scoreboard back in operation here. And everything seems to be working here now. Cangelowski bluffs going and pitch low and outside. Kearney may have been crossed up that time, and he goes right out to the mound to talk to Huseman. Huseman was charged with 3 runs in last night's ball game. 2 of them earned, 1 unearned.
Mark was really not happy at Kansas City. Made some remarks this spring, and all of a sudden the Royals said, well, if that's the way you feel, you can go to Seattle.
Is he happy here?
Well, I really haven't talked to him. I really don't know.
I don't know either.
He's pitching.
Bluff to third. Cangelowski back in at first base. I'm going to see that play work yet. I hope I stay around long enough. Cangelowski gets back. Reynolds and Owen, the second baseman and shortstop, clog up the middle. Outfield spread out for Fisk. Center fielder Moses straight up in center, and the pitch. Fisk with a count of 2-0. 1 out. We're in the top of the 7th. Harold Baines waiting on deck. At one time in this ball game, the Mariners led 6-0. Sox scored 4 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th. Popped him up.
Kearney didn't see it.
Nope, he sure didn't.
I don't know how much help he got from anybody. Well, I tell you, that is the pitcher's responsibility right there, or anybody coming down the line. He's looking up and he doesn't see it. Huseman, you see, he doesn't see it. I don't see it. And now at the very end, too late. That's when you want to open a door and keep right on going.
You know, it's really amazing to me that more balls are not lost against this dome ceiling, gray dome. 2-1 count on Carlton, and after Cangelosi again. Again at third, 1 out. 2 balls and a strike. And the Sox with a 9-7 lead. Well hit, right field. Henderson back near the wall will make the catch. Guillen will tag and score. Throw to first. Cangelosi gets back. And the Sox now lead it by a score of 10-7. Fisk with his second RBI tonight.
Eddie Brinkman, slapping a little color in his face down there and saying something to Cangelosi. Cangelosi thinks that ball is going to be against the wall. And maybe forgetting about the arm of Henderson as he gets it back to first, because if he gets it and they double up Cangelosi, the run does not score. And Brinkman having a little chat now with John Cangelosi as Dick Williams is going to go to the mound, and he will not have Huseman pitch to Baines. So the sacrifice fly by Fisk, 2 more RBIs tonight, gives him 32. With Guillen scoring on the play. So the stolen base by Guillen, a very big play right now. The Sox have manufactured this run as Huseman leaves and Matt Young comes on. As Young makes his appearance, it will be his 25th appearance of the year. And you see a record of 4-4 and a 4.93 ERA. He has 2 saves. He has worked in 45 2/3 innings, allowed 55 hits, 31 runs, 25 of those earned. He has given up 7 home runs. He has walked 28 while striking out 27. And as I mentioned last night, this is be interesting to watch Young throw tonight. But last night when we saw Young come on, he did not have the stuff that we've seen him in the past. And that Detroit 10-5 win over Toronto. King the winner 2-0. Clancy the loser 6-4. Pat Sheridan hit his 5th home run of the year for the Tigers. Evans hit his 10th, and Parrish hit his 14th. Boy, I'll tell you, Johnson hit his 8th, 36,471 at Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. Lance Parrish, that slow start that he got off to, Frank, he has all of a sudden, looking up there, 14 home runs. He has come around a little bit.
He really has. Sheridan, a home run tonight. 5 for him. Evans hit his 10th. Sheridan, a good pickup for the Detroit Tigers after really being released by Kansas City. And you know that kid King, I can't think of his first name, but the first time we saw Detroit this year, Sparky Anderson was so high on that youngster. He wanted it. He said, I'm going to tell you something. And you know, the way Sparky can speak as if it is etched in stone. He said he is going to win in the major leagues. That's the kid that got some notoriety back in the spring. He warm up for an exhibition game, and the last 2 warm-up pitches he threw were high and inside.
Huh.
To a right-hand hitter. All right, Baines up with 2 outs, and Cangelosi dancing off first. It was on Baines that Young made that errant throw last night. Breaking ball for a strike. Baines nubbed one, if you were not with us. Nubbed one out toward the mound, off the first base side of the mound. Young fielded the ball, threw wild to first base for an error. It was a big play in the ball game, and the Mariners argued. There goes Cangelosi. He got picked off and threw it away. Ball rolls down toward the bullpen. Cangelosi is going to run a long way. They're going to try to score him. And the plate of the plate, he's going to be out of there. Cangelosi thrown out at the plate as the throw came via the first baseman Davis from the right fielder Henderson, I believe. And that is all for the Sox. They do get a run, and in the middle of the 7th inning, it is now Sox 10, Mariners 7.
Give me a light. Ooh, Bud Light. Great game. What else?
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Pitcher of light. Bud Light.
So if you want the lips filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
I just made a smart choice. I heard Ford was holding the line on their car prices, so I went down to my local Ford dealer and checked it out. Know what? I heard right. See this Escort? No price increase, and I saved hundreds of dollars with a special option package. Got a 3-year warranty with unlimited mileage, terrific financing. Hey, no wonder it's such a popular car. You know the best part? I got straight talk from a dealer who actually appreciated my business. Ford Escort was the one for me. When you find quality people with a quality product like that, you're talking value.
Farming. It's your living. It's your life. On July 1st, KLJB-TV will begin airing a local farm report weeknights at 9:55 p.m. This isn't just a market review. This is your local farm report, and we want your ideas. Mail your suggestions to KLJB-TV, 937 East 53rd Street, Davenport, Iowa, 52807.
Domingo Ramos will lead off as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. He's batting for the first time since replacing Presley at third base. Ramos seeing very, very limited action. He's been to bat 45 times. He has 8 base hits. And sends a fly ball straight away center field deep. Cangelosi way back, and he makes the catch.
Well, we'll look at that pickoff here of Cangelosi. He's going all the way. Now the throw is by Davis. There's the air. So you can put that in the book while Cangelosi is running the bases. They bring him right on around, and that arm of Henderson, I told you about it before, right there to Kearney as the tag is applied and Cangelosi is out.
Ken Phelps will stand in with 1 away. Left center field, that's going to be a base hit. And it gets by Hairston to the wall. Phelps into second base. 2-base hit. That is the first hit of Gene Nelson.
Well, this is just a fastball out over the plate. They want it in. It tails back out, and he just goes the other way with it, and he hits it hard by Jerry. And stops at second with a double.
10 base hits now for the Mariners. The Sox lead 10-7. Sox have 12 hits. Henderson is lined out. He has tripled. He has struck out. He has driven in 3 runs, and he has scored a run. His triple came with the bases loaded and gave the Mariners then a 5-0 lead over the Sox. When Henderson scored back in the 3rd inning, it was 6-0. Ball and a strike. Spike Owen will be up next. Two and one. Ball game now at the 3-hour mark. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nelson, the 3rd Sox pitcher. Joel Davis started, worked 2 1/3 innings. Charged with 6 runs. Struck him out. First strikeout for Nelson. Davis worked 2 1/3, 6 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. And we'll look at that last pitch. He just blew it by him, right to the mitt. Dave Schmidt, the pitcher of record for the Sox, pitched 3 1/3 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. And Nelson relieved in the 6th inning. Spike Owen 1 for 3. You never know when one play is going to be big in a ball game. Owen being waved home from second base on a base hit by John Moses in the 2nd inning was thrown out at the plate. Cangelosi to Fisk for the final out in that inning. That was a big play. A ball and a strike. So far, we've had 17 runs scored on 22 hits. There have been 3 errors in the ball game. 2 by the Sox, 1 by the Mariners. Two balls and a strike to Owen. Game 3 of the series tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Tom Seaver will pitch against Mark Langston. That's a strike. 2-2. Fans disagree with the plate umpire, John Hirschbeck. Little looper out into right field, and it's going to drop in for the base hit and score a run. Phelps comes across on a base hit by Spike Owen. Owen collects his 13th run batted in of the year, and they'll call Kearney back.
Now that's the change right there. And he just reaches out, puts the head of the bat on it, and drops it in front of Baines.
Now Gorman Thomas will come out and bat for Kearney. And Dave Duncan will go out to talk to Nelson. I don't know why Kearney even bothered walking up toward the plate. He could see Yeager down there in the right field corner warming up. So, a little meeting out at the mound being held by pitching coach Dave Duncan, and there is Gorman Thomas. At one time, one of the most feared hitters in the league. He can still hit the ball out. He's batting but .192. However, he has 9 home runs. 23 runs batted in. He's driven in 23 runs with 30 base hits. He's also scored 22 runs. He's also struck out 52 times. So Gorman Thomas will bat here for Bob Kearney. He is the tying run. Gorman is. Sox lead 10-8. They shift around to the left side for him, the infield and the outfield. Ball 1. There you can see the defense. You can see Guillen playing back in the outfield at shortstop. Cruz is back in what would be the outfield grass, well around, almost behind second base. Ball and a strike. Going for a breaking ball. Gorman Thomas, another one of the veterans who may see his career winding down here in Seattle anyway. There's a base hit. Or is it? No! Cangelosi comes on to grab it. That'll retire the side. Well hit ball. Good play by Cangelosi. A run on a pair of hits and a man left on. And we have completed 7 with a score. The Sox 10 and the Mariners 8. All right, we're ready to go to the 8th inning. Here's Don Drysdale.
All right, Frank Harold Baines was at bat when Cangelosi was picked off and then thrown out trying to score. Baines takes a strike. Greg Walker on deck. He'll be followed by Jerry Hairston. Outside, the count 1-1. And that Met 6-5 win over Pittsburgh. Orozco 3-2 over Clements 0-2. Sid Bream hit his 9th. Wilson his 3rd. Hernandez his 4th. Ground ball right to Domingo Ramos. On to Davis, one away. And that'll bring on Greg Walker. Shane Raleigh picked up his 9th win of the year against 4 losses. Burke took the loss 4-2 in Philadelphia's 2-1 win over Montreal. Steve Yeager is the new catcher for Seattle. One ball and no strikes to Walker with Jerry Hairston on deck. There's a strike over that outside corner. Two and 1 the count. Greg just about walked into that fastball.
Sure did.
Woo.
He was leaning. That when he moved back, the ball was already by him.
And get the breaking pitch in the count 2-2. Struck him out. First strikeout for Young.
Well, the last pitch to Greg Walker. Way down low out of the strike zone, but he went for it. First strikeout for Young.
And that will bring on Jerry Hairston, who tonight is 1 for 2. Has walked twice, scored twice. Ground ball, Ramos. Good play. Throws to get him. That is the first 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners since inning number 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 10-8. White Sox.
Sunday, June 22nd, when the White Sox take on the Seattle Mariners, the famous chicken returns to Comiskey Park. The chicken is back, compliments of Brown's Chicken, and this year the first 15,000 kids 14 and under who attend the game will receive a free jumbo trading card of the chicken, courtesy of Brown's Chicken. For tickets, call 559-1212 and use your charge card, or stop by the Comiskey Park ticket office.
Here's Harold Reynolds. There's a line shot over the glove of Hill that can't find it, too late.
It is on the replay. Well hit ball. Hewlett knocks it down with the glove, then for this instant does not know where it is. By the time he finds it, no chance of a play, and Reynolds is on. And Bobby Bonilla has come on to play left field for the Sox. Hairston is out of the game.
Here's John Moses. 2 for 4 tonight, a single and a triple as they keep Reynolds close. Mentioned before, he's had 15 stolen bases. Timmy Hewlett almost made a super play on that ball. Matter of fact, it hit so hard in his glove, that's why he thought he had it. Just spinning around, going the opposite way, it just popped out. And then with the speed of Reynolds, no chance.
The third hit off Nelson, and hit number 12. There's Bonilla, now playing left. 12 hits for the Mariners.
And there's that off-speed pitch to Moses, 0-2. Check that, 1-0. He did that the time before and tripled up the gap in right center as you look at McCune throwing. One ball and no strikes with Phil Bradley on deck. And the count 2-0.
Sports Vision is your home for Sox 86 Weekly, Quest for the West, the official highlight show of the White Sox, only on Sports Vision, Chicago's winners on cable. Call your local cable company for details.
Two balls and no strikes. That's low, and it's 3-0. Timmy Hewlett just inside the bag at third, guarding the line. The outfield is back just a shade from where they would play Moses normally in the early innings, but Cangelosi is still in left center. Takes a strike in the count, 3-1. And he walks in. And here comes Tony La Russa. Well, La Russa out. Boy, he's stalking out to the mound. You've got Phil Bradley, the hitter. He went out there like he was on point. Now we're going to see how Dick Williams wants to play it. You've got the left-hand hitting Alvin Davis to follow. You've got the left-hander Joel McCune in the bullpen. John Hirschbeck standing alongside listening to the conversation. And they'll stay with Nelson to go to the right-hander Bradley. Ozzie Virgil down talking to Bradley. So the tying runs are aboard. And speed galore with Reynolds at second, Moses at first, and speed at the plate in Bradley. Walker up. He's looking for the bunt. Hewlett up inside the bag at third. The bunt down low, and a bluff throw back to second. Guillen over by the bag. Here's a case where Ozzie goes to the bag. Hewlett holds his ground, and that whole left side of the infield is bare. As Hewlett gets a sign from La Russa on what defensive play they want to put on. Walker in now, back a step. Hewlett backing up a little bit. Inside the bag down the right field line. That's going to score two. Here comes Reynolds. Here comes Moses. Bradley flying around second. Going to third. We're tied at 10. Well, here it is. The ball will be hit between Walker, drawn in, and
the line at first base all the way down to the corner. Reynolds in to score as Baines runs the ball down. Gets the ball in. Moses in to score, and Bradley, who really turned it on at third base with a triple. Well, Nelson is out of the ball game, and McCune will be brought in. Bill Bradley now with 2 base hits and 3 runs batted in tonight. And it's a tie ball game. There have been 20 runs scored tonight on 25 base hits. And add in 3 errors if you would like.
Well, I'll guarantee you both managers would like to just kind of set foot in a little sailboat and float around in Lake Washington with no one to bother either one. The way this thing is going.
Well, McCune will be pitching to Alvin Davis. Kind of a distress situation here. Heard many definitions of distress. Let's see what Mr. McCune has done. A save. He's not given up many hits. He has walked a few people in his 14 2/3 innings. Struck out a few in his rookie year in the major leagues. He has pitched very well. Friday the 13th. What were you saying about that earlier? The Mariners are 1-8 on Friday the 13th. Is this still Friday the 13th? Seems like in Seattle it's Friday the 13th. In Chicago it's Saturday the 14th or Sunday the 15th. I'm not sure which. I got the hours straightened out, but now I'm losing track of the days. McCune pitched on the 11th against California. Worked 1 2/3 innings. Pitched very well in the ball game. The Sox lost that one 12-11. But he'll work to Alvin Davis, and McCune has his work cut out for him. The go-ahead run is at third base with nobody out, Don.
Now Davis tonight is 1 for 4. The infield is in as Bill Dolly gets up to start to throw down in the Sox bullpen. That's low. The count 1-0. Davis lined hard to Cangelosi. He singled and scored. He's bounced to first and bounced to the pitcher. Inside. Good play by Fisk. Boy, I'll tell you, Bradley took that pitch and hit it off of his kneecap down that first base line. There's Bill Dolly.
Your pitch, baby. Come on now.
2 balls and no strikes. There's the strike and the count 2-1. That'll be the first time that Davis has seen Joel McCune, so he's had a chance to look at a pitch or two. There's Domingo Ramos on deck. Up high, 3-1. Right there, he just sets that forkball grip. He just set a split finger fastball grip. And we'll see what he changes it to here, if he does at all. And walks him. And that'll bring on Domingo Ramos with runners at the corners. You've got Bradley at third. And here comes Tony La Russa again. And he's going to the bullpen. He wants Bill Dolly.
Now, Dolly didn't have a whole lot of time to warm up down there, but obviously he is ready to come in, or Tony would not have waved him into the game. So Dolly will become the 5th Chicago pitcher of the night. Kuhn faces one man and walks him. Well, let's see. The Sox have used 5 pitchers. Mariners have not used their 5th pitcher yet. So 10-10 ball game. Runners will be at first and third as Dolly comes on. No wins and 3 losses for the big right-hander. He has not registered a save. For Dolly, this will be appearance number 20 all in relief. There you see his record. No wins, 3 losses. Earned run average of 2.60. 34 2/3 innings, 31 hits, 9 walks, and 20 strikeouts for Dolly. Sox got by with 2 pitchers last night, Cowley and James, but tonight the phone has been ringing loud and often in the Sox bullpen. Dolly pitched in that Wednesday afternoon game against the California Angels. 2 innings, charged with 2 runs, 2 hits, struck out a batter. Came in the ball game in the 8th inning, gave up an RBI single, and then retired the last 5 men that he faced. So he'll be ready to pitch to Domingo Ramos, who flied to center field his only at bat. Ramos taking over at third base for Presley, who went 2 for 3, home run and a double. Appeared a bit lame running out his double, and Ramos came into play for him, and he'll bat here in the 8th inning now.
And runners at the corner, still nobody out. The infield remains in. And the breaking pitch down and away, 1-0. The Ozzie Virgil saying, get the ball up and take a shot to the right side. You got a big hole on that right side. Outside, the count 2-0. And Ken Phelps on deck. The bullpens are bare. Nobody throwing either side. A 10-10 tie. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 the count. Ramos trying to make it 13 with that swing. First time at bat, he fly deep to Cangelosi in right center. They play him to hit to the opposite field. That's high, and it's 3-1. Davis at first with Bradley at third. Out of play, and a full count, 3-2. See what they want to do right here. Curveball, foul back. Slider. Count remains 3-2. 10 runs on 13 hits and 1 error for Seattle. 10 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors for the White Sox. What did that do? Foul tip.
Yeah, hit his bat handle.
Now John Hirschbeck will take a peek at it. Bradley at third. Alvin Davis at first. Cruz kind of moving around. He's back kind of halfway right now. High pop. Went after a bad pitch. He throws the bat away, and Timmy Hewlett makes the catch. Now there's 1 out, and that'll bring on Ken Phelps.
It'll be interesting to see now how the Sox play the infield with 1 out. Runners at first and third. Again, it just Looked in toward the dugout. Cruz is setting up back. And Fisk wants to go up the mound. Oh, he started out there.
Well, everybody trying to get themselves on the right track here. They're going to walk Phelps. They'll walk the bases loaded right here. They'll walk the bases loaded to Fitz to Henderson.
Well, that last pitch there was almost thrown away by Dawley. There's Henderson. Walked the left-hander, pitched the right-hander. Henderson came into the ball game as a .253 hitter. He's driven in 3 runs tonight. This will be the 3rd time Phelps has walked tonight. Officially 1 for 2. Struck out and doubled.
Now here's Dave Henderson with the bases loaded. And you assume the infield now has to play for the double play. Henderson, pretty good speed. Now you've got Bradley at 3rd, Davis at 2nd, and Phelps at 1st. And here's Henderson.
And he got a pitch down.
Hard hit. Cruz has it. Goes again for 1. They double him up. So the inning is over, but 2-run score, and we're through 8, tied at 10.
The next game on Channel 32 on the White Sox Network comes your way tomorrow night at 9 o'clock when the Sox take on the Seattle Mariners. Tom Seaver is scheduled to pitch that ball game for Chicago.
Ron Kittle takes inside 1-0. Kittle 2 for 3 tonight, a single, a home run, 2 runs scored, 3 runs driven in. There's a strike over that outside corner. Pete Ladd throwing in the bullpen for the Mariners. Curveball low, the count 2-1. Now the Sox, they dodged a bullet in the bottom of the 8th inning. Outside, the count 3-1 as the Mariners tied it with nobody out and Bradley at 3rd, and they got out of it. There's Ladd in the bullpen. Out of play, the count full 3-2. Out of play. Now the count remains 3-2. Scott Bradley has been called in from the bullpen. He's got a bat down in the Sox dugout. Right side. Alvin Davis. Foul territory. 1 out. And that'll bring on Timmy Hewlett. If you're looking to the Mariner 9th inning, they have Spike Owen, Steve Yeager, and Harold Reynolds. Makes a strike over the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Breaking pitch just inside. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Ozzie Guillen on deck. Bounce foul, first base side, and the count moves on to 1-2. 10,242 in attendance tonight. Oh, and they've seen something. Got him on the breaking pitch.
Now take a look at that breaking pitch from Matt Young. Hewlett well over the top of it. Yeah, the fans here have seen the Mariners lead 6-0. The Sox come back and lead 9-6. And now tied 10-10.
Here's Ozzie Guillen. Curveball for the strike, and the count is 0-1.
They've also seen a rarity. Ozzie Guillen hit a home run. His third in his major league career and second this year.
Well, I'll tell you, that's hit foul. If John Moses doesn't make a great catch on Ozzie Guillen in the third inning on that line drive that he hit over his head that started to take off, Ozzie Guillen would have hit for the cycle tonight.
That's right.
That for sure would have been a triple.
Yeah.
Struck him out. Side retired, and we go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 10.
It's all-star balloting time again. Any time from now until July 6th, you're out at Comiskey Park. You can vote for your favorite player or players for the 1986 all-star teams. So don't forget to vote when you're out there. You have a chance to win some free tickets to White Sox games when you cast your ballot.
Here's Spike Owen. He's 2 for 4 tonight. Takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Steve Yeager on deck. Hewlett guarding the line at third. Walker off the line at first. Now they're trying to get his attention to move him over to the line. That's outside, and the count 1-1. On deck, that's Steve Yeager. Hit hard up the alley, left center, a long way to go for Cangelosi. He can't get it high off of the wall. Bounces by Bonilla and hits a double for Owen.
Well, we'll take another look at it. That ball is well stroked by Owen. Left center field. Bonilla in pursuit. Cangelosi cannot catch up with it, and watch that bounce it takes back over the head of Bonilla. And a two-base hit for Spike Owen, his 14th double and the 14th base hit tonight for the Mariners.
Walker's going to come in real close. Greg has got to cheat a little bit. Hewlett laying back at third just a shade. As you look for the bunt here by Yeager. Outside. Dolly charging right straight in, so Yeager, as long as he's been around, you know that he took a look at how they were going to move. Guillen trying to keep Owen close at second. Bunt third base side, foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. You just figure Dick Williams would go right to the wall here with Yeager, bunting all the way.
Now Virgil had a bit of a meeting with Spike Owen.
Well, he probably told him not to get real cute out there at second base because Guillen's really trying to jockey in behind him. We've already seen that play work before at Kansas City. And he fouls it back. One and 2 the count. And you have Harold Reynolds on deck. Base hit right field. Baines has one play to the plate, and they will hold the runner at third. So Yeager strokes it to right. Runners at first and third with nobody out. And here is Reynolds. And Tony La Russa going out to the mound. I tell you what, you could see something right here. I don't know if Tony's got it in his playbook or not. You might see a 5-man infield.
Meanwhile, we'll take another look at Yeager's hit. He just slaps that ball. Sort of a stiff arm swing there. Slaps the ball through into right field. Advancing Spike on to third base. Well, the outfield's got to play in very close.
And we'll see, first of all, what they want to do with Reynolds. You've got John Moses on deck. So the only man without the speed is a runner at first in Yeager. The outfield all comes in. They're bringing Bonilla in even more. A 10-10 tie, bottom of the 9th inning. Inside, 1-0 the count. Reynolds started it off in the 8th when he had a line shot in and out of the glove of Hewlett at third. But a great effort by Timmy. That's low, the count 2-0. Inside, 3-0. And you don't know whether Dick Williams would green light Reynolds right here or not. That's high, and he walks him. Second walk by Dolly, and here's Moses. Well, when you talk about the 5-man infield, this is the situation. Now, you see some managers that have used it before. What you do is you bring an outfielder with a left-hand hitter up there. You might bring an outfielder in on that first base side. You just fan the other two. Now the bases are loaded. And Dolly backs off. John Moses is 2 for 4 tonight with 2 runs scored. Curveball low, and the count 1-0. On deck, Phil Bradley. Angelosi, he's playing right in behind. He's trying to sneak in behind the runner at second base, and Steve Yeager. That's high, and it's 2-0. Dick Williams jumping out of the dugout saying something. They're yelling at Ozzie Virgil. Ellen Virgil yelling out to Yeager. They watch Cangelosi. High to left field, and this will do it. Bobby Bonilla going back, and that ball is high off of the wall. The Mariners win it 11-10. Friday the 13th, you had to be at the Kingdom to really believe what you saw, but it finally ends almost 4 hours old with the Mariners defeating the White Sox 11-10.